Alright, gang, we're at a little cafe in Van, Texas called the Dinner Bell. And they are known for their hamburgers. In fact, I say they ought to be world famous for their hamburgers. They're that good. But
how's everything tasting?
wonderful. But this little town is really cool. We're in East Texas, and we thought we'd take you on a little drive through town and stop and see some interesting things here in Van to give you an idea of what it's like living in a small East Texas town. So we're gonna finish up our meal and then we'll get started. All right, we just ate here at the Dinner Bell Cafe. They have fantastic food, great burgers, and the owner here likes to decorate the outside of the building depending on the season. And with Halloween coming up, this is the latest incarnation of the Dinner Bell.
This one's good. This one's good, watch. How gross!
You want some cotton? You want some rotten candy?
Wow.
Now, when was the last time you guys ate at a restaurant that had roaches that weren't real? Isn't that cool? Alright guys, we are leaving the Dinner Bell here in Van, Texas. Right up here on the right is Tella's Mexican Food. We ate there a couple days ago. Fantastic food. This is small town East Texas, folks. Reminds me of a little town you'd see on a Hallmark movie. Wonderful, wonderful people live here, though. We've met several people here in town, and they're very down to earth. They all have that wonderful Texas accent that I am quickly bringing back. Just being around some of the Texas folk just rubs off on you quick. Look at that old gas station. This is the main drive right through Van. And right here in literally almost the middle of town, right here on the right, you see a pump jack going. Actually, there's two of them. Drilling for oil right now.
Patriotic, aren't they?
Yes. Yes. As we're driving along here, if you see any fences in a small square area, that's usually where a pump jack was that's been removed, where they were pumping oil. around here and head back the other way. Coming up here on the right, it looks like Van High School.
Man, Independent School District. That's a neat building.
And if you don't know, football is king in Texas.
Now that's an elementary school right there. What this is small towns, you're going to see a bunch of the churches. There's another pump jack back there. See, First Baptist Church. Every town's got to have one. See? Oh, that's a donut palace, looks like. Yeah. The dinner bell was a good place to eat. They got some creepy decorations.
Pumpkins for sale.
Yeah. There you go.
We'll pull in here. Here in Texas, they are serious about oil. And if you don't think they're serious, let me just show you just how serious they are. This is the Van Methodist Church. And literally right here in the parking lot, they've got a pump jack for drilling oil. Right back on the side of the church back here, there's a pump jack going up and down right now, pulling oil out of the earth. And right here next to the church, they've got a Texas historical marker with all kinds of oil displays. There's a small oil derrick there. And here is a mini pump jack. In 1894, Van was then at that time known as Swindle, Texas. But in 1894, there was 2 small stores here and a cotton gin. That's what started the town of Swindle. In 1929, the Pure Oil Company discovered oil here, and a major oil boom happened here in Van. In fact, they ended up supplying a lot of the oil for our war efforts. And then by the mid to late 1930s, the population stabilized here in Van, and they started offering courses and education in agriculture and education, because they knew eventually the oil was going to run out. They didn't know when, but they knew eventually it would. Of course, as we know today, it hasn't completely run out. There's still oil derricks and oil pump jacks pumping away here in town. But this town boomed because of oil. And it's a, like I said, it's a smaller town. It is not a big town by any means. And you look at a small town like this and you think, hey, small town America, that would be an inexpensive place to live. It's really not. Land is not cheap here in Van. But the people that live here love living in small towns. They love their community. They're God-fearing people. And they're down to earth. Kind of people that give you their shirt off their own back. We've met several of them today, haven't we?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful people.
Man, we can start talking. We never shut up.
Yeah. We went to a oil museum here today. We got there about 20 minutes before they closed. And the curator that was there today, Ron, a wonderful man, he stayed there with us for a good hour and a half after they closed, just talking.
And this place has a Dollar General and a Family Dollar. Small towns do. And I think they have a one grocery store.
If you've ever seen the TV show Friday Night Lights, that's really somewhat true for small towns like this in Texas. On a Friday night, you go to the football game. Whether you have a kid playing in the football game or not, you go to the high school football game. That's everybody's big social event during football season, is they all go to the football game. The entire town will be there rooting their team on. And the entire town knows which players are the best on their team and which guys are hurt. And most of them know how good the other teams are.
There you go. Little shopping center. One little gas station. Here's their grocery store. It's a Brookshire's. We've been in there already. And the bank, I think that's the only bank I've seen so far. And a post office. Pretty cool, you guys. I saw these lovely houses the other night. Those are nice. Look at those big lawns. And here we're coming up to that oil area and historical museum. See that? They got a pump jack, a huge one right there. It looks like it's a small derrick and a big derrick there. And this cabin. Looks like a little neat little place. Here's another park. Oh wow, they got even a little rock climbing for the kiddos. Wow, some beautiful properties out here.
This back here almost reminds me of the bayous in New Orleans.
Wow. Now the waitress said back here she's got a little tiny house and some property. I wonder where that's at. She said right behind that museum.
The pump jack over here working.
Over there. Oh, on the other side there. You see it way out there. Here's one that's not on.
They're just scattered all over here, aren't they?
Yep. Somebody's making money.
what we hear, the oil is about 3,500 feet down. That's a long way. 350 stories.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little run through this small town in East Texas called Van. And it's the typical type of towns in East Texas. And there's great people. Not all that much to do. You can hang out with friends and play cards, or there is always a dive bar somewhere.
Friday night football.
Yeah, football. That's big in Texas, of course. Everybody goes to football, right?
It's like religion.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to say something. I need to do a shout out to Andy. You know, we went to high school together. And I've been trying to contact some of my high school friends and stuff. Anyway, here's your shout out, Andy. All right? All right, guys. Y'all take it easy. All right? Talk to you later.
Strange RV tours will take you places with Greg and Janet's smiling faces. You might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fit your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on